Hello guys, welcome back to Coding Cafe. My name is Mohammed Ali and in this tutorial we are going to work on the chat list. So for that we need to go to our chats fragment and also let's just open our which is fragments chats.xml file, and first of all let's add a recycler view here where we will display our chat list. Sorry. Recycler view match parent, and let's just give id to this. So the id for this will be recycler view chat list. Yeah, that's it. Now the next thing is we need to go to chats fragment and let's create here a function quickly. Private oh sorry private fun, and let's give this name as retrieve chat list. And we need to add array list, a list basically in which we will retrieve and store our all chat list from the database. And also we need to create an instance of our adapter class, just like we did for our message chat activity when we were retrieving the messages. So the same thing which we did for our search fragment. If I show you, then here we have created a list and a user adapter class. Yeah, the name of that adapter class is user adapter. So just copy these things from here and come back to the chats fragment, and I'm going to just paste it here. And we need an instance of our user adapter class, and the second thing is we have a list for the users, and the next thing which we want is another list for the chat list. So I just copy paste this and let's give it name as users chat list. That's it. And make sure to change this to our chat list model class, the type for this. So chat list user and user adapter. Okay, now come down, and what we want to do is here you can say that m users equals to array list. And now we need to create a reference to the users node. So we can say that Firebase database dot get instance dot get dot reference dot child. Child is our users node, and then by using this reference dot value add value event listener object colon value event listener. And as you know that here we have two built-in methods, which is on data change, the second one is on cancelled, and we can say that first we have to make sure to clear our m user array list. So we can say m users as array list dot clear for data snapshot po dot children data snapshot dot get value user class dot java user chat list. What's the name of it? It is users chat list. We have to get the chat list one by one, so let's create a variable by the name each chat list. In user chat list we have to, and then we can add it one by one. So we can say users as array list dot add user, and before that we need to add a condition. If user dot get uid dot equals to each chatlist dot get id, then we are going to add that user to our user array list. And after the for loop, we can say that user adapter equals to user adapter, and the first parameter of the user adapter class needed is the context. The second one needed is the array list, which is our users as array list. We have to pass the user model type for it, users, and then the last parameter it's needed is a boolean type variable, so we can pass true. So once we have this, the next thing is to display this on our recycler view. So let's just quickly add our recycler view. So copy it, come back here to the chats fragment, and here we can add this. So we can say that private, okay, not private, let init variable which is of type recycler view, and then in here in our own create view, to this return the view, and now we can say that recycler view chat equals to view dot find view by id, or dot id dot the id is there, recycler view chatlist dot set has fixed size to true, and then we can say recycler view chatlist dot layout manager equals to linear layout manager, and we have to pass the context. And the next thing what we need to do is we need to create our Firebase user. So let's give it name as Firebase user, which will be of type Firebase user. Firebase user, let's initialize this with a null, and now here below we can say Firebase user equals to Firebase auth dot get instance dot current user, user chatlist equals to array list private, sorry, we need to create a reference here, so we can just copy this from here and paste it here, but this time it will be up to our chatlist node. And let me just confirm the node name. So it is ChatList, Alice capital. Sorry for that. Make sure to use the same node's names, I mean the same spellings for each child and each node. Always make sure to confirm it from the database. So we are saying that Firebase user.uid reference dot add value event listener that colon value event listener on data changed on cancelled, and now we are going to retrieve the chat list one by one and add it to our this user chat list array list. Now below what we did is basically we just retrieve all our users from the users node and we add it to the users array list, And the reason for this is because we need to basically display the profile picture, the username on our chats fragment for that user who exist here in our chat list. If you see here, we just save their IDs. Okay, so hopefully you understand this. Anyways, here now we are going to retrieve the chat list one by one. For which user? For this online user. That is, let's say I am online user, so I am Muhammad Ali. So my Firebase, it will get my Firebase ID inside the chat list, so it will retrieve it and display it. Hopefully you understand this. So yeah, we can say that user chat list as array list dot clear for data snapshot npo.children data snapshot dot get value chat list class dot java, and now we can add it to our dot add chat list and make sure to call the retrieve chat list function here. And also we have to display it on our recycler view, so we can say here, we can set the adapter on our recycler view, so we can say recycler view chat list dot adapter equals to user adapter. So yeah, this is all about our chats fragment. I mean the retrieving and displaying the chat list on our chats fragment. Now the next thing is basically we have to do something from the previous tutorial, which is basically to add a back button on our message chat activity alongside with the profile. And also we have to implement the seen message function, I mean seen message feature you can say. So anyways, now what we are going to do is just come here and here in our on our message chat activity. Okay, in here inside our onCreate function, sorry, onCreate method. So here we can say that toolbar, which is of type toolbar, equals to find view by id or dot id dot, we have to check the toolbar id for it, and it is toolbar message chat. So copy this id, come back here and just paste this id here. So we can say that set support action bar to the toolbar. And if you get this error, if you hover over this, then here you can say that required is Android X. So make sure to import the right library, which is this one, androidx.app-compact.widget. Okay, make sure to import the right library. And then the next thing, support action bar dot title, and title will be null. Make sure to add the non-asserted call here. Support action bar, a back button we have to add here, so we can add it just by saving that set display home as up enabled to true. And then if a user click on it, where we want to send the user, so we can set toolbar dot set navigation on click listener. If a user click on it, we will send the user to the welcome activity, which obviously means to the main activity, because we have added a condition on the welcome activity, which will if a user is already logged in, then it will automatically, the user will be on the main activity. So just for the time saving, I'm just going to the login activity. From here I'm going to just copy this intent code, and then I will just come back to the message chat activity and paste it inside here. We are on the message chat activity, we want to send the user to the welcome activity, and yeah, that's it. Now let's just quickly implement our seen message function. So here let's just implement it at the bottom. Private scene message, and it will receive one parameter which will be the user ID, and it should be of string data type obviously. And here we need to create a reference to our chats node. So let's just copy paste this here. So reference to the chats node, and then we are going to create a variable which will be scene listener of type value event listener, and let's just initialize this with a null. Now here we can say we have to just get the result, store it inside the scene listener. So we can say that reference dot add value event listener object on data change on cancelled for data snapshot in po.children data snapshot dot get value chat class dot java if chat dot get receiver dot equals to the Firebase user, or you can say to the online user, and chat dot get sender dot equals to user ID. Then we have to update the value. So let's create a hash map string any hash map, and the child for the scene is that we have to confirm the value which is scene. Okay, so make sure to use the same name here. So we have to update this to true, and then we can say data snapshot dot reference dot update children and pass the hash map to it. Yeah, that's it. And now we have to call our this scene message function. So, and before doing that, one more thing is on pause. What we are going to do is we have a reference here inside the on create which is up to the users node. Yeah, here it is. So we have to remove this, I mean the scene listener from this current user. If the on pause, I mean on the on pause function, hope you know that on pause is, you can just go to Google and search on pause Android, okay, which is a built-in method, or you can say built-in function in Android Studio, and you will see what it does, okay, where you deal with the user pausing active interaction with the activity. So these are the things which you can search, okay, these are small things. You can obviously search on Google and you will understand it more easily. I mean just the working of this on pause. That is what this on pause function do basically. This method do basically. So anyways, we can say that reference is this refer or reference. It is reference. So reference, we are not accessing it here. So the thing that we are going to do is to initialize it above. Come here and just say that well reference variable reference which is of type database reference, and let's initialize this with a null. So whenever the view is created, it will get the reference up to here to the users node and the user ID visit. Make sure to add the non-asserted call here, and then we can say here that dot reference remove event listener and pass the scene listener to it. That's it. And we have to call our function scene message inside our onCreate whenever the view is created. Scene message, and we have to pass the ID, which is our user ID visit. So yeah, that's it. Now let's just run the application to see if it is working or not. So the app is running now successfully, and here you can see the chat list Peter. And now if we click on it, send message, and here you can see it. So the chat list feature has been implemented successfully. Now the important thing is, which we will implement now, since you know that we have implemented successfully the scene message feature in this tutorial so far. Now the next thing is, on the basis of that scene message, we can now retrieve, or you can say we can now display, basically we can now display the total number of unread messages. And here you can see the back button, basically obviously I mean the button that we just implemented here. Okay, so anyways, on the basis of the scene message, we are going to display the total number of unread messages here. So yeah, let's just do that. We are going to close this and come here to the main activity. And now when we say inside our own create and comment out this code of lines, okay, from this view pager adapter to here, just comment out this. And the next thing is, we need to create a reference to our chats node. Now for the time saving, I'm going to just copy paste it from the chats fragment, I mean just the reference and all these things that we will be needing here. So I'm going to say val reference, copy, and paste that here. So val reference equals to chat list up to the chat node, basically, and it is not chat but chats node. So we are going to check that how many messages are unseen. So only these messages will be the unread messages, and we have to count that by adding a counter variable, and we will display these total number of messages, unseen messages, or you can say unread messages. So anyways, we can say that reference dot add value event listener object value event listener. Now why it is displaying this error? Oh, okay, we have not implemented the on data change and the on cancel, I guess that's why. Yeah, anyways, now you can copy this view pager adapter and paste it inside this on data change. And now we need to create a variable which will count the unread, or you can say unseen messages. Count unread messages, and let's initialize this with a 0. So we can say that for data snapshot in children, and I'm going to the chat fragment. Let me just copy this quickly and make sure to change this to chat data snapshot dot get value. We have a chats model class, chat class.java. So you can say that if chat dot get receiver dot equals to Firebase user dot UID and chat dot is seen, and add exclamation marks if chat dot is seen. And hopefully you know that this is seen is basically a boolean type, so it if not means that if this is not true, it means that the message has not been seen yet, and we have to just add a counter on our count unread messages. So you can say count unread messages equals to count unread messages plus 1, counter with 1. And by the way, if you click here, then you can say that replace with plus equals to. This is also the same statements, okay, which will increment the count unread messages variable with 1. Hopefully you know that. And by the way, there is no need to put a semicolon at the end. So anyways, now the next thing that we want to do is, after this for loop, if the count unread messages, if this becomes equals to 0, then we have to add our fragment chat. So copy this and paste that here, upager.add fragment chats fragment, and we just want to display the chat's title and no number. Otherwise, if there are, if some messages exist, then what we want to do is we want to display the number, which is our count unread messages. So alongside with the chats, give some space here and add these two circular braces, these brackets, and then we can say dollar and pass this variable, which is count unread messages. So let's say if there are 5 unread messages, then it will display here that 5 chats, okay. And if you want, in that case, you can change the title to unread or whatever you want, okay. But we will just display the count, that is, let's say 5 chats, 6 chats, which obviously represents that there are 6 unread messages, or you can say unseen messages. And once we have this, after this else statement, we have to display our search. So let's just paste it here. The same is our settings, so copy this and paste that here. So settings, and then we have to set up our adopt like this. Just paste that code here, and same is here. So yeah, that's it. Now if you want, you can remove this comment because we do not need this code now. If you want, you can just remove it. So yeah, that's it. Now let's just test the application to see if it is working or not. So the app is running now successfully, and here you can see I am logged in as by my own account, which is ALIZDB438, and now I'm going to, let's send messages to some other user. I'm going to send message to Gia Johnson so that we can see the unread feature. So let's say, Gia, how are you? Hello. So I sent 2 messages to Gia Johnson, okay. And now let me just sign out from here, and let's log in from Gia account. And now let's log in, and here we go, 2 chats, okay, 2 unread messages from ALIZDB438, and now whenever I open the message, then it will change to seen. So now this scene will be visible to me, whenever I now log into my account. If I show you, then I'm going to log out and log in back to my account, which is here. You can see it, the message has been seen. So it is really incredible, and it is really nice. So yeah, that's it for this video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.